Hey, and welcome back to How to Do Whatever. Today I'm going to do some makeup hacks. So I'm going to do half face of how I would normally do my makeup, and the other half of the face will be like these hacks, and we'll see what turns out better, what will be easier. There is a hack that if you run out of your own normal supply, you could just use normal olive oil. And what I'm normally using is either water and soap or just a normal wet cloth for baby's bum. Well, I'm using that on my left side, as my left side will be the one I'm going to paint as I would normally do it. I have to say my left side is always the worst, so it might not be so fair. Alright. Easy as. Alright, now we're going in with the olive oil, just putting some on the cotton pad here. It works just as well, I would say. It leaves a really nice feeling. But as you can see, this side is really shiny as the olive oil just sticks to your skin. Just because I don't like the oily skin, I'm going over it with my normal cloth. Alright, so now I feel clean. I mean, to be honest, you could always use olive oil and it works really nicely to get off really sticky makeup. I really love it to even get off like gluey things, like glued on eyelashes or so, but as I told you, it's really oily and you will have to wash the olive oil off later on. So it's 2 steps instead of 1. Alright, next hack is actually about the bad eye packs here. And the hack was saying that you put some cotton pads into aloe vera gel and then you freeze it. And I'm going to put one on this eye. And what I normally use, it's actually eye masks, especially for these sockets. So I'm getting one out and just place it right underneath my eye. So here we go, that's the one side. And of course, here we go, that's the second side. Oh god, that's cold. As you can see, I'm really struggling keeping that on, as it's really cold. It's like literally super cold, and I just got some in my eye. Great. Oh god. So yeah, I'm going to keep that on for 10 minutes and I'll see you soon. Alright, it has been 10 minutes now, so I'm going to take them off. Wait, I put this on first. You can see the wetness actually disappeared in my skin, and it's just a thin thingy now. And now the hack. It's still wet, and my skin is wet as well, as you can probably see. I can literally wipe it away. I think both made an improvement. Tell me if I'm wrong. This one probably helped quite a lot because it was so cold, and now I took it off, my skin literally screams. It hurts. So I would always prefer that one because it literally didn't hurt at all. Alright, off to the next hack. Of course, if you want to do your makeup, you want to make your base. What I'm normally doing is I'm normally going with my bare hands, but as this makeup hack is literally saying, if you don't have your makeup sponge laying around, you can use a balloon. I'm going to use my makeup spongy to be fair. So I've got a nice balloon here, it's squishy, and I got my makeup here. I'm picking makeup that I like quite a lot because it's really easily transferable, so it should be easy for the hack. Right, this is a quite nice cover, I guess. I'm trying to put on as much as I did with my makeup spongy, so that it was about that much. It was not more. Alright, so I see one problem here. I don't think it covered as well as the other side did. I see like patchy areas over here, so I'm trying to get rid of them. And it's really hard to get it inside the corner. I know even if a balloon is like squishy, still quite hard to get it right in the eye bed. And this bit as well, can you see that? In this one, even if I try, I just can't get in there. So, to me, this one, I would not do it. I normally don't have balloons laying around. There's point A, and point B, why? It's just not really working out, so I'm really sorry, this is nothing. So I'm going to cover everything with a powder to set it down. I've seen a hack about setting powder which I found really funny. The hack literally said that you can use any normal powder as a setting powder if you just apply a little bit more. And yeah, I do that since ages. So I would confirm that. So I'm actually just applying my powder now. I'm applying it with two different ways. I'm applying it as I would do it with a flat spongy, and applying it with a normal brush. The thing what I figured out is if you use a normal spongy, you can apply way more of the powder, like this. So that's one side, and just to compare it, I'm going in with my brush now, just picking up the powder, and you can see if I'm going in, the powder is literally getting loose, just as normal setting powder, and I'm doing the same as on the other side, so just going in and dabbing it on. So here we go. You can see it's a little bit less on this side, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm normally doing my eyebrows as the next step. I am always using Rimmel. It's a dark brown eyeshadow that fits my eyebrow color perfectly, and I'm always using that one. And I'm using a dried out makeup brush just to brush my eyebrows with, I'm slightly wetting it, so that's why I have a glass of water here. So I'm wetting that brush and brushing through later on. It has no colour on it at all, so it's just slightly wet. It's just to get the hair in place. So I'm doing my side first, so you see what I'm normally doing. If you wonder why it's dark now, it's just because I had some powder on top of it. So it just took away the powder. Right, now I'm going in with that brush, and I'm literally just going in and trying to line that line here. And I'm using the flat end to create that slope. So that's the eyebrow done how I normally do it. Now I'm on to the hack, and the hack is actually involving a bobby pin and a normal eyebrow pencil. The bobby pin needs to be placed just on top, and there is my first difficulty because the mirror is really far away and I don't have third hand to hold the tiny mirror right in front of me. So yay! I don't like the hack already. So here we go, just place the bobby pin on top of my eyebrow, just getting sure that the bobby pin is placed right, and then it's just, you know, going along the bobby pin and making a straight line. And then it's the same for underneath. Placing in the bobby pin. And then it's literally another straight line down, just along the bobby pin. And here we go, first mistake, the bobby pin slipped. And then just color that bit in. As I brush the other eyebrow, I'm using that spoolie here to... Right, so I have to say I'm not a big fan of this. To me this is not really clean. I would just remove that bit now because it's literally been a mistake, so I'm going in with my clip, just taking the excess away. So here we go, and it still is a little messy. Even though the bobby pin was straight, I feel like here's a bump. I don't like it. Now it's a hack, it looks right, and I think if you have really difficulties by making a straight line yourself, it would help you a little bit, but the hassle to hold it straight, and you really have to hold it so it doesn't wobble around, to me is too much of a hassle. I mean, when you have two dots on a paper and you connect them, you normally draw a straight line, so just think that in your head and you will be able to draw a straight line. Moving on. So the next hack is involving a spoon and an eyeshadow. As there is a different hack to make a straight line here, you know that from painting your walls, for example, gluing it on where I want to have the line going, probably here. You know, don't have it too sticky on your skin because you don't want to remove the makeup that you just put on. The tape I'm using is not as sticky anyways because it's meant to be on the wall and come off quickly. I'm probably going in with that eye first because I'm trying then to align that eye after that. It's probably not as easy the other way around. So I've got a small spoon. I'm just putting it where I want the cut crease to have. I always tend to make my cut crease above my crease because if I open my eyes entirely, this entire thing, like everything underneath, will be vanished in the fold. And I see the first problem here because holding the spoon, holding the makeup, and well, applying the makeup is kind of difficult because I don't have any hand left. I'm trying to hold up with the left hand as I'm a right-hander, so this is like cross and do, and I don't know. And I don't have a mirror close by because the mirror is literally behind the camera. I'm beginning with the smallest brush in the darkest color, which will be this one. And I'm going to put the darkest color right in the crease. So just picking up the color. So once you place the spoon, it has to stay there the entire time you make the makeup. So I'm going in with the darkest color and I'm literally just going around the spoon. So just make a tiny line, as tiny as you can go. Just like this. I can't see anything, so I'm going in with a second layer. I'm going in with that middle color there. And I'm already going in with a bigger brush. Just going slightly above it, more or less in that corner. And then I'm going in with the light color just underneath here. I would say it turned out great. Never did makeup that fast, so I'm impressed. I would try and remake this one on the other side with the cut crease, so oh gosh. So I'm going to use the same brushes and I'm going to use a mirror. I'm going to use the small one for the dark color. Oh gosh. Recreating that. Going in with the bigger brush. And then the brightest color just above. Alright, to be honest, this cut crease is way better than this one. I mean, I was able to recreate it. It's not perfect, but it's alright. I think the hack with the spoon actually works really well. I mean, it's totally weird holding the spoon, and it's quite a lot of a hassle to work your way around, but the result is, I'd say, way better than the one I just painted. I'm really into that. Nevertheless, I would correct this one as I would correct this one. So I'm going in with the camouflage now, just to get sure that the edges are just perfect. Right, one thing where there is a million hacks about is actually the eyeliner, and I decided to make the hack with the tape because I already have the tape on me, and I actually haven't done the eyeliner following a tape myself, so I'm just gonna do that. What I found out about the tab by now is that I didn't really have to take care where I end up with the color, while here I already see it's not a straight line at all. But that's for now. I don't know how it looks underneath the tape, so I will rate that later again. Alrighty ho, so onto the eyeliner. I'm usually just taking that eyeliner. I'm just gonna do this side first, so I can align my eyeliner when I remove the tape. So and I don't really have to take care where I paint the line here, so I'm just dragging it up a little bit, and then I'm connecting it with my eye here. And I kind of like if it gets smaller to the tip of the eye, so I'm just going in between my lashes and going in with the very tip of that brush with tiny strokes. That's normally what I'm doing. As you can see, there's a lot of a mess here, but that's just because I didn't really take care. But if you are not really good in making straight lines, as I said before, just use helps like that. So I'm going to remove the tape now. Let's see how that turned out. Oh well, I should probably have waited. Oh no, it's been colored underneath, so the tape was not sticking properly. But as you can see, there's a really harsh line here going in. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with the tape. There's quite a lot of fallout here from while spooning before. Another hack is actually to take a tape like that, just tape it on and remove. It didn't really work for that side, but I'm gonna try it with the fallout. Let's see. Yeah, it did remove the fallout. Not all of it, of course. It works out. Just get sure that you use tape which is not too sticky, because otherwise you will remove your makeup. I'm not really happy about that bit here, but other than that I'm really happy about the wings, so not quite sure if I can do it on the other side the same way. Right, what do you say? Well, it's perfectly to try the next hack, because the next hack is about, well, fixing that mess. So fixing a mess like this works really well with a slim brush like this and some concealer. So what they say is you literally just pick up some color on your concealer and then you just get in with the concealer and draw the line yourself. And here I'm going in because of the shadow. Well, it kind of works. I don't know if you see that, but the black is actually smudging with the concealer. So I don't really see how that is working for the black, but for the eyeshadow it definitely works, because the eyeshadow is not so dark. What I'm doing is I'm just going in with a cotton pad and some oil on it, and then I'm just going and just taking the excess away. I think it works way better, but it's just my opinion. Alright, so next would be the eyelashes. So I've got a plain paper here. I put it behind my eyelashes, and the idea behind is when you brush your lashes and they flick back to your skin, they won't color your skin, but they will color the paper. There is another hack about this. The hack is saying that if you've got a dried out mascara, you can always bring it alive with some oil. So I got my NYX doll eye and it's kind of dried out. So I've been looking up what oil to use, and they all recommend me almond oil or hair oil. I do have the hair oil here. I'm just gonna go in there, hope you see that, and let one drop go in that bottle. So there we go, that's one drop. And then I'm going in with that brush, and it seems like it's doing something. It's more creamy now, so let's see. Oh yeah, that's the difference. So it's actually doing something. So I'm going to try that on my eyelashes now. So doing the normal eye, well, it's not exactly how it used to be, but it's working better than being dried out. So there's definitely coming color off. It smells nice. That's a bonus. I'm now going in with the second eyelash. Again, the problem will be holding it, looking in the mirror and brushing. So I'm putting my paper right here, and then I'm just stroking it up, and as I can't make a mess, I don't really worry about that too much now. To be honest, if you can see that, there is barely anything on the paper, and I did really press against it. And if I close my other eye, there is just a tiny amount there. So for me, I would say it's not really working out. I mean, I did get the mascara on my eyelashes, but I believe due to the pressing of the paper against my lid, I have like less of the foundation on that I have as my cut crease. So it actually took some of the color off. For me it doesn't really work out, but if you are a person who has like a really wet mascara and you're really scared, it probably works out, but it's not doing it for me. The next hack is actually about contouring the nose. I normally really rarely contour actually my nose, so this is actually a hack which I can't really compare to what I'm doing, because I normally don't really like contouring my nose. I think it always looks a little bit weird. So I saw a hack where a girl just painted a line along the nose and then blended it out. And she painted it with a normal eyebrow pencil. So I'm going to do that now. So she actually made a line here and then straight down all the way to the tip of the nose. Then she went around the nostril. That's weird. In here and here. It already looks weird. And she literally went like this. Well, I hope I can blend that out, because otherwise I ruined my makeup. I'm going to pick this brush and I'm trying to... oh gosh. Well, girl, I see where you were going. So I was trying to blend it as much as I could, and to be honest, that just looks to me like a dirt. So it doesn't look good to me. So what I thought is I'm just going to try it with darkening drops, and I'm just going to use it to create the line and then blend these drops. Let's see how that works out. So I'm going to take a small brush, just put the darkening drops on there. Because what I'm thinking is maybe it was just the eyebrow pencil being weird. So I painted the exact same, just as before. Don't forget that nostril, I don't know why she's doing that. Alright, and then I'm going in with the brush again. I'm still not really happy about the look, but I think I see where the look is going. So it's slimming the nose, but to be honest it still looks like a blob of dirt. So I'm going to show you how I normally do it. It's almost the same, to be honest, just a little bit more settled. So I'm using this palette, it's a contouring palette, just going in with the middle color and slightly go along the side, just like this, and then I'm blending it. And I'm going in here as well, just to get it in the edge. Alright, so I don't like that look. I just don't like that look. So that's why I don't do that. It just looks weird, way too slim, and it's just not me. I'm going to contour the rest of my face now. So just go around the face like this. I'm going over everything with my setting powder again, well, with my normal powder. I know it's weird, but I feel like it's blending the colors together again. So here we go. And now I'm just going to make my lipstick. I found quite a few weird hacks about that, so I picked two. One hack is actually to take a Q-tip in your mouth and then basically paint the lips, and that way you avoid big bobs in the corner. Let's see how that works. I'm gonna check that out. It's not weird at all. Well, I'm sorry, I can't do that. It literally doesn't work. And I actually went already outside, so I'm going to finish my lips like I would normally do them. We do have a bob in that corner here, and what I normally do is taking one like this, go in, and then just drag it in. And that way it will remove it. And you probably know that if you have lipstick on, you might just colour your teeth. You all might know that hack, but if you don't, that's the easiest way to remove unwanted lipstick from your lips. Okay, so as you can see, there is a mistake happened. And a hack is actually to take a concealer, put it on the small brush again. It's literally the same as before with the eye, just with the lipstick. And then you just go around your lips and hide everything that you don't want. And then of course blend it out. To be honest, it actually looks great, but I believe that it's more about the fact that the color is a little bit more bright, so it's popping the edges a little bit more, than the fact that it's actually neater now. I mean, yes, it is neater, but you can still see the color poking through. I think it's easier to take away and then go over it with your makeup, rather than painting over the color that you just applied. And now it's about the last hack, and I've seen that hack quite a lot of times before. I'm normally using this brush to make my highlight. The hack is actually saying that you make something with the brush like this, and then you have a perfect highlighting brush. I don't really understand why the brush would look like this. I've seen brushes like that before, but I'm not a makeup artist. I don't know why you would use different brushes. But there must be a reason for it, so I'm going to try it today. So let's see if I'm freaking out because it's so good, or if I'm like, alright. So they take bobby pins, pin the makeup brush, and here we go. I'm going to take my highlighter, going in with the brush, going on my nose first, and then I'm going in the cheeks. Okay, you can actually make strikes with it. I don't really like the line, I like it more rounded, so that's probably why I would prefer the normal brush to that one, because it's quite hard to get in here. But I do see why people do that. Now let's compare it to the normal brush. Alright, I'm normally going in with my finger for the last few bits, like the eyebrow bit, because that's just too tiny to reach. And I'm normally just putting some of the highlighter on my lip. Just a little. So here we go. For the highlighter, I actually don't know why you would use the other brush. To me, it's just too much of a fuss to get these two bobby pins, get them in. Also, you can just take your fingers and press it. So if you want to have a harder brush, you can just go in like this. So why would you use the bobby pins? So this, to me, doesn't make sense. But of course, every of these hacks might work for someone else, but just not for me. So to me, most of these hacks were too much of a fuss. What I am really considering doing in the future is having a spoon in my makeup bag. I know it sounds weird, but this really helped. This is actually a good hack. The balloon, sorry, total no-go. The balloon was just not working at all for me. It was actually making it worse. I mean, you can still see the spots. Here you go, that's a spot, there is a spot. If you don't have your makeup sponge on you, just go in with your fingers. Really, it's the easiest. I'm always doing it, you just have to wash your hands. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you stay safe. Subscribe if you want to see more of us. Hit the bell button for notifications. And see you next time. Bye!